I love this fight. I think stylistically this is an incredible fight. Both guys have very flashy, interesting style. And, I mean, I don't know what to expect. I expect fireworks, 5 rounds. We'll see what happens. Jones doesn't stop. He keeps coming forward, throws elbows, knees, punches, kicks. Machida's very defensive and elusive and throws kicks and punches from different angles. This is a fun fight.
You know, when you're a challenger, you kind of want to pick and choose who you fight so you can get where you want to be. And once you're the champion, I feel as if you fight whoever comes, you know, whoever's the #1 contender at the time or whoever the UFC gives me, you know. So, but to answer your question, I had no problem with accepting the Lyoto Machida fight. I look at it this way, you know, there's certain guys that I'm going to fight no matter what. Lyoto, Rashad, Henderson, these fights are going to happen sooner or later, so it doesn't really matter to me what order they come. I learned a lot about Lyoto's style, you know. Every fighter has pretty big tendencies. You know, Lyoto's been fighting for a lot longer than I have. And he has a lot more footage for me to study, and so I studied his fights. You know, I studied back in his prime. Well, not back in his prime. I'm sorry. I studied when he was younger, the way he would move differently until now, to his recent fights. And you know, there's just a lot of things that he does the same. You know, so you know, that's the best way I can answer the question.
Mas o treinamento sem compromisso, né?
I was training this whole time, but I had no fight commitments, so it was nothing specific. I trained a lot of ground and boxing and karate just to keep up, and I also took some time off to travel with my family, but no commitments.
Eu amadureci, né? Eu aprendi muito com a derrota. Assim, às vezes a gente passa.
I think I changed a lot, you know. After losing, you kind of look back at it now, and at the time you don't understand why you're going through this, and it seems like it's going to be forever. But looking back, you see that you learn a lot from losing, and you learn a lot, and you mature. And I think I've changed. I added a lot of things to my training. I was able to focus on a lot of different things, and I think I'm more mature as a fighter.
Acaba valorizando demais. I love to fight with Rogério because we can train together. Actually, for this fight, Frank me is a left-handed, and so Rogério too. So I use my brother a lot for sparring, and he used me, you know, because I'm right-handed. So what's good for both. We can have more sparring partners because I can use his sparring partner, he can use mine. And what's good? It's good vibe, you know, good energy, you know, to have a fight in the same day as my brother. So we stay in the same locker room. We did that a couple of times there in Japan, and you know, I missed that. It's good atmosphere. I didn't make a good fight in that day. You know, it's no excuse. He won the fight. He was faster. You know, that's why he won the fight. And you know, he threw more, you know, techniques and punch wise. I didn't pick a good strategy. You know, and now I got a chance to face him. You know, I want to show us different fight. Then I will try to do my best, you know, and show a different fight than I did that day, you know. I will try.
You know, I'm not silly. I know that Nogueira, the first time around, I think underestimated me. You know, he felt, you know, that my striking wasn't going to be where it is, so he laid out that game plan according to what he knew at that time. You know, obviously I've improved drastically, and in that fight it showed with the striking. So I think, you know, I attribute a lot of it to catching someone off guard, which that's the name of our sport. That's why, you know, you try not to ever prepare specifically for a person because you don't know what might happen during the fight. You have to prepare for the hardest fight possible. So, and I realized too that I think Nogueira is a little bit more inspired this time around than he was last time. I think, you know, obviously anytime I know how it feels when you have a loss off of somebody, there's a motivation to your training that's not there normally.
Vai ser especial, realmente são duas lutas duras que a gente vai fazer.
It's going to be a special night. We have 2 tough fights that night, but since I fight first, I have the opportunity to put on a great show and motivate my brother, and I think I'll be able to do that.
I worked really hard for this fight, and I'm going to swing for the fences, man. I'm just excited to fight 3 times in a year. I would love to try to squeeze in 4, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm just excited to fight.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, right?
I might be calling you.
At what point did you feel like it was time to move away from the bad boy character? That's a moniker that brought you a lot of fame and fortune, and I think a lot of people embraced it. But at what point did you think that it was time to put that aside and move towards this more positive character?
I don't like you, so I'm not going to answer your question.
Should I ask a follow-up, or would that be inappropriate at this point?
I don't like you either, so I don't know. Yeah.
That's a.
You know, I think it came down before the Bader fight. There was, thank you, Dana, and I'll answer the question for you, no problem. You know, it was before the Bader fight. There was a lot of pressure on my back. You know, Dana said that it was me win or me leave. I wasn't going anywhere. Coming out the surgeries, I did. All the pressure against me, and I just kind of said, you know what, enough's enough. Push all the negative people away from me. I pressed all the negative people away from me. People on Twitter, people that emailed me, everything. I just stopped it, kept it out of my life, and to say out of sight, out of mind. And you believe positive, and my life just got better and better and better. I woke up every morning with a smile on my face, and that's what I was saying. You know, it's time to change my whole moniker. It's time to change my whole attitude about life. I'm not getting any younger. I got 3 boys, and I think my 3 boys, as they get older, they'll love to be known as their dad as the people's champ instead of the bad boy. And I think that is one of the a little bit of the reason that I've done it also, you know, for my family, because I have 3 beautiful boys who are smart as hell, possibly want to be in my same footsteps, but they got to get their master's degree first. But I'm gonna give that opportunity to them. You know, thanks for Dana Lorenzo for giving this opportunity for me to be a fighter, because I'm able to do this for my family.
Are you scared to lose your title?
No, not at all, buddy. Not at all. It's, you know, it's a risk we take, but with every great risk, there's great reward.